Namaskar. Today I wanted to go over some of the learning materials that I've been using on my self-taught journey to learning Bengali. And I've already mentioned some of these before, but we're going to be going over them again. The main thing is this book. So I'll quickly flick through the book and then go over some of the apps that I've been using. So here's the book that I've been using, Complete Bengali. And I found it on Amazon and it had the best reviews that I could see. And I think it was about 30 or 40 pounds. And it definitely was well worth it for me. I didn't really know how to read or write anything before this. Here are the different chapters and the different characters that are covered in each. So I made a video with me going through chapter 7, which I found very difficult. 8 was quite easy, a lot easier than 7. I'm about to start chapter 9. And the script is at the top, the things that I'll learn. And then it shows you in handwriting and in print what each of those look like. And then at the end of each chapter, there's transliterated Bengali. There's an app that accompanies the book. You listen to the recording of someone speaking through all of these different words and phrases. And then after you've heard them and you kind of practice along with them, it gives you some additional tips like conjuncts and things like that. And then it asks you, now see if you can write the words and the phrases in Bengali script. And then there's a test at the end of each chapter. And there's some kind of rule, like if you get all 5, move on. If you get 4 right, briefly read through. If you get 3 right, like redo the chapter, that type of thing. So it's pretty good. I made a mistake in my first video. I thought that there was no way to check whether or not you wrote these correctly, but at the end of the first exercise, it does say somewhere keys to this and subsequent exercises are found at the end of the book. So here it actually gives you the proper script for all of those writing exercises. So I found that at the end of unit 7, so I still have a lot to go. Before that I had to Google Translate and use my Bengali keyboard to check that what I was writing was correct. But there is a section of this book which shows you effectively the answers to the writing exercises. So I think I would recommend this book, to be honest, at least for maybe part 1 or part 2, although it does have a lot of problems. But I think as a complete beginner, it's a pretty good starting point. So this is the app that comes along with the book. I just thought I would show you what it's like. So tap to listen, and it starts basically where you left off. So I just did unit 8. So this is what I would listen to before trying to practice how to say the words in the exercises, and then I would eventually write them in Bengali script.
Matha, ami thaki.
And so on. I'll just skip to the end.
ফলগুলি সব খেয়ে ফেলেছো? ডান দিক দিয়ে গেলে তাড়াতাড়ি হবে.
But anyway, this is the app that accompanies the book. The first app I bought when I was learning Bengali was this, Simply. And I don't know if it's available on iOS, but I think there's a free version on Google Play, and I purchased the full version. I think it was about £10. So let's go into the app. And here it is. So go into basic conversation. And if I click on any one of these, I will hear the audio of someone reading it in Bengali. I'll see the transliteration, and beneath that I'll see the Bengali script. So let's click on Shubho Shantha.
Shubho Shantha.
And then on the right hand side there's a snail with a play button. So if I press that, she will say it again, but a bit slowly.
Shubho Shantha.
Okay, that didn't seem slower.
Shubho Shantha.
Okay, the hitbox on that snail, by the way, is very weirdly placed, so sometimes you miss it even if your finger hits it. Even if you have a fat finger that has no chance of missing the snail, sometimes you will somehow miss the snail. A gripe I have with the app is that sometimes it gives the formal version of a sentence like this.
আপনি কেমন আছেন?
And what you'll also notice is that she doesn't say apni, she says apuni, which is very strange.
আপনি কেমন আছেন?
But let's not even mind that for the moment. The issue I have is that sometimes it'll say apni and sometimes it'll say tumi, and there's no logic to it at all, and it doesn't really make sense. So I think they should have just chosen to either go all polite or all informal, but not mix it up randomly. So I'll do you speak English? And my guess is they'll say tumiki and not apniki.
তুমি কি ইংলিশে কথা বলতে পারো?
So yeah, I don't know why they're not consistent in the app, and it was a bit strange when I first started, and I didn't really know the difference as well as I do now. So I click on shopping, and you can see the type of. Okay, time for a test. This is very beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna guess that it's Eta Khub Shundor.
এটি খুবই সুন্দর।
Okay, so I don't know enough to know why it's eti and not eta, or why it's kubi and not kub. I like it. Ami eta pochondo kori.
আমি এটি পছন্দ করি।
Again, I don't know why it's eti. I don't know. See, I'm a beginner. These things happen. And here the rest of the categories. We've got body, which I think is ga, potentially. And it doesn't actually tell you what it is. They have a handy search function. Okay, I think the word for body is ga. But the search function is good because if I want to know how to say Friday, just type it in.
শুক্রবার,
I can also favorite things, which is good, and then they go to this favorite section.
শুক্রবার,
So if there are some phrases that for some reason I just can't get into my head, I can just favorite them, and then next time I open the app, it's easy to go to. The next app I purchased was called Learn Bengali Quickly Free, and it's like Simply, where there is a free version, but you want to unlock the full app. So I purchased that, and I haven't actually opened this in a long time, so it's pretty much the same thing as Simply. Let's click on General. Click on Where Were You?
আপনি কোথায় ছিলেন? এটা একটু ধরতে পারবেন?
So it's pretty much the same idea as Simply, but I think I got this because it has maybe like a better variation, or just maybe not better, but it just has different phrases within each category, and I thought that might be useful for me. I find myself not really using this app, but to be honest, I'm really not focused on vocab at the minute. I'm just focused on learning how to read and write, so maybe I will use this in a couple of months when I'm really getting into the vocab, but at the moment I don't really use it. But this is what it's like. It has plenty of phrases. You see
এগুলো ওনাদের বই।
the Bengali script at the top and then the transliteration. So yeah, it's pretty much the same kind of thing as Simply, and I think it's a lot cheaper as well. Oh, I haven't been here before. Okay, so I will be using this app more. I didn't realize it had this bit. Ooh.
উ,
E.
ই,
E.
ই,
O.
অ,
Ah.
আ,
E.
এ,
Ooh.
ও।
Okay. Right, so I will be using this app more. I didn't know it had this section. You learn something new every day. So yeah, this is the Learn Bengali Quickly Free app. The last thing I have to show on my phone is this Bangla keyboard, and I found it on the Play Store. So let's open the app, and it brings you to the first screen is where you can choose a theme. Yeah, there's just lots of different options and things, but I'll show you what it actually looks like. So if I, for example, open the Google search bar, it opens my standard keyboard, but I can just switch using the button at the bottom right and click on Bangla keyboard, and now it switches to the Bangla script, and I just type in what I want. Let me see. I don't really know my way around this keyboard to be honest. ND. RI. Okay, so that's how you use that keyboard. It's pretty handy to use. It's hard for me to kind of know exactly which characters are conjuncts and stuff, but if you just hold down the key, it'll show you. And I mean, as a beginner, some of these are crazy to me. Like these to me just look crazy. There's so much going on. It's just so much more complicated than English. Because aren't there like hundreds of these? I mean, look at that thing. I mean, come on. How many years down the line is it going to be until I actually know what that means and not have to like dig into the depths of my brain to remember? So yeah, this is the Bangla keyboard, and I would use it a lot for checking things kind of on the fly. I would go into Google Translate and I would type the Bangla script, and then Translate would read out what I wrote, or it would autocorrect it so that I could see, like maybe I missed a conjunct, or maybe I typed an O where it was an inherent vowel or something like that. So this app has been really useful, and I think I'm going to buy it. There are lots of different YouTube videos that I've used to learn words and phrases in the beginning, but now I really only try to use YouTube to practice learning the Bengali script. So I'll just take this video as an example. It just shows you like the English word, the Bengali script, and the transliteration. But I never want to look at the transliteration because that will just make me worse at reading properly. So what I would do is I want to hide that in some way. If I make the video big, this is like literally what I do with videos all the time. I'll just drag the video down to hide the transliteration because it's really hard if I just want to read this, and it takes me a while. This would be Rater Kabar. If I'm reading this slowly, it's very easy to see out of the corner of my eye what this says. So the best thing for it is just to hide it. And then I will hit play, which is K on the keyboard, and I'll listen to them say it.
Rater khabar. This fruit is delicious.
A Forta Shush. That's an S with a bofala, ANDU. So Shushan no Shushadu
এই ফলটা সুস্বাদু.
Okay, anyway, you get the point. So I'll sit and do this at the computer and just learn different phrases and try to read these out. So that is the mishmash of ways I'm learning Bengali at the minute. Also, it looks like because of COVID, my trip to India in October will be cancelled. I'm going to keep learning with October in mind, like with the aim of getting somewhat conversational by October. The trip probably will be cancelled because I think India aren't allowing foreigners in, and probably won't allow foreigners in for a long time, and rightly so, because you don't want to bring the virus in through other ways like airports. So yeah, I'm going to keep going through all of these different materials that I went through earlier in the video, and hopefully by October I'm half decent. So subscribe if you want to see more. Done no bad.